Want to install Android 17 on your Windows PC and use it just like a real Android device? In today's video, I'll show you step-by-step how to install Android 17 on your Windows PC, configure it properly, and set up the Google Play Store. Once everything is ready, you'll be able to sign in with your Google account, download apps directly from the Play Store, install games, and use Android applications on your Windows PC. I'll also show you the important settings you need to configure so Android 17 runs properly and smoothly. So, if you're ready to bring Android 17 to your Windows PC, let's get started. Go to Windows Search and type Windows Features. When it appears, double-click on Turn Windows Features on or off. Now, find Hyper-V and check the box. Then scroll down and find Virtual Machine Platform and check that box as well. These features are important because the Android emulator uses Windows virtualization technologies to run virtual Android devices efficiently. Enabling virtualization can improve compatibility and performance when running Android inside Windows. Once you've selected both options, click OK. Windows will now search for the required components and apply the changes in the background. It may take a few moments because Windows needs to enable and configure several system components and services. Once the changes are complete, Windows will ask you to restart the computer. Go ahead and restart your PC. The restart is important because Windows needs to load the newly enabled virtualization components and system services before the Android emulator can use them properly. After your PC restarts, open Chrome or any browser you prefer. In the search bar, type Android Studio Download and press Enter. Open the first result, which should be the official Android developers website. This is Google's official website for Android development, so make sure you're downloading Android Studio from the official source rather than an unknown third-party website. Once the page loads, click the Download Android Studio button to start the download. When the Terms and Conditions window appears, scroll down, review the agreement, and accept the terms. Then click Download Android Studio to start downloading the installer. Depending on your internet speed, the download may take some time because Android Studio is a large development package. So be patient and wait until the download is completely finished. Avoid closing the browser or shutting down your PC while the download is still in progress. Once the download is finished, open your Windows Downloads folder. Find the Android Studio installer, right-click on it, and select Run as Administrator. When the Windows Security prompt appears, allow the installer to continue. The Android Studio Setup window will now open. Click Next. Here you'll see the components that Android Studio can install. For this installation, I'm going to uncheck Android Virtual Device and then click Next, because I want to install Android 17 separately later. Continue clicking Next until you reach the installation stage. I'm doing this because we're focusing on installing Android Studio first. After the installation is complete, I'll manually create and configure the Android 17 virtual device. You can also install and configure the emulator components separately if you prefer. Android Studio will now begin installing. While this is happening, the installer is copying the Android Studio program files, creating the required folders, registering components with Windows, and preparing the development environment. Once the installation is complete, click Finish. Android Studio should now launch automatically. If you see a prompt asking whether you want to send usage data, you can select Don't Send if you prefer not to share this information. Next, Android Studio will open its setup wizard. Click Next. For the installation type, select Standard. I recommend the Standard option because it automatically uses Google's recommended settings and installs the common components required for Android development. Click Next. When the confirmation window appears, click OK. Android Studio will now show you the components that are going to be installed. Click Next. Review the license agreements, accept them, and click Next to continue. Android Studio will now download and configure the required development components. Depending on your internet connection and PC performance, this step can take some time. In the background, Android Studio is downloading components such as the Android SDK, platform tools, build tools, emulator components, and other packages required for Android development. These components are important because Android Studio needs the SDK and related tools to build applications, communicate with Android devices, and run virtual Android devices. So let the process finish completely. Once everything has been downloaded and configured, click Finish, and that's it. Android Studio is now successfully installed on your Windows PC. So next, I will install Android 17. To get started, click More Actions below the Android Studio welcome screen. Scroll down and select Virtual Device Manager. This is the tool inside Android Studio that allows us to create and manage Android virtual devices, also known as AVDs. Now click Create Virtual Device. Here you can choose the type of device you want to emulate. For device type, I will select Tab, and then I'll choose a compatible Pixel device. Click Next. Now you'll see the available Android system images. For this tutorial, I want to use Android 17. Android 17 uses API level 37, so make sure you select the Android 17 system image rather than an older API level. From the name box, you can give your virtual device any name you want. For example, you can call it Android 17, Pixel Android 17, or use any name that helps you identify the device later. For the remaining settings, I'll leave them at their default values. These default settings are generally a good starting point because Android Studio automatically configures the virtual device with a compatible hardware profile, screen configuration, and system image. Now click Finish. Android Studio will create the virtual device and save its configuration on your computer. Behind the scenes, Android Studio is creating the virtual device profile, configuring the Android system image, preparing the virtual storage, and setting up the emulator environment. This is why you may notice some disk activity or a short delay before the device appears in Virtual Device Manager. Once the process is complete, you should see your new Android 17 virtual device in the list. And now comes the exciting part. Let's launch it. Click the play icon next to the Android 17 device. The emulator will now start booting. During the boot process, Android is initializing the virtual hardware, loading the Android system image, starting system services, preparing the graphical interface, and connecting the virtual device to the emulator environment. The first boot can take longer than normal, especially when the virtual device is being launched for the first time. So don't worry if you see the Android logo or a loading screen for a while. Once Android finishes initializing, the virtual phone should appear on your Windows desktop. Now let's check which version of Android we're running. I'll open Settings, scroll down, and go to the Android version information. And as you can see, the device is running Android 17. So we have successfully installed Android 17 on our Windows PC using the Android emulator. But what can you actually do with it? First, you can use the emulator to test Android applications without needing a physical Android phone. If you're an Android developer, you can connect this virtual device directly to Android Studio and run your projects on it. You can test different screen sizes, Android versions, app layouts, permissions, notifications, and many other features. You can also use it to test how an application behaves on Android 17 before installing it on a real device. The emulator is especially useful when you're building apps with tools such as Android Studio, Google AI Studio, or other AI-powered development tools. Instead of constantly transferring an APK to your physical phone, you can build the application and launch it directly inside the emulator. You can also test app installation, navigation, login screens, settings, notifications, and other parts of your application. And because this is a virtual Android device, you can create multiple virtual devices with different configurations when you need to test compatibility. If your Android 17 system image includes Google Play support, you can also use the Play Store experience inside the emulator, sign in with your Google account, and install compatible applications and games just like you would on an Android phone. Keep in mind that emulator performance depends heavily on your computer's CPU, RAM, storage, and graphics capabilities. Hardware acceleration is particularly important for getting a smoother experience. Google also notes that the Android emulator is designed to let developers test applications across different device configurations and Android API levels without needing physical devices. So if the emulator feels slow on your PC, don't immediately assume something is wrong with Android 17. The performance can depend on your available system resources and emulator configuration. And there we have it. Android 17 is now running directly on my Windows PC, and we can use this virtual Android environment for app testing, development, experimenting with Android 17 features, and running compatible Android applications. This is also a great setup if you're using AI to build Android applications, because you can generate your project with an AI development tool, open or import it into Android Studio, build the application, and then test it directly on this Android 17 emulator. If this tutorial helped you install Android 17 successfully, make sure to like this video, subscribe to All PC Geek, and turn on the notification bell for more Android, AI development, Windows, and PC tutorials. If you ran into any problem while creating the Android 17 emulator, leave a comment below and tell me what error you're seeing. I'll try my best to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.